Terima kasih banyak, Datuk Seri.
So in the United States, we have lots of debates about affirmative action. In Malaysia, you've had a Bumiputra policy for a very long time. How do you think the Bumiputra policy is likely to evolve over the next, say, 10 to 20 years?
Well, I've seen this debate about the bell curve, Cornel West and the other, this debate, fair. You see, affirmative action programs are necessary for the poor, for the marginalized. It need not be necessarily race-based. It must be need-based. But that's where I shift a bit, you see, in terms of our traditional policy. Why do we need to continue? Because I think Sandel, who is Harvard professor, talks about meritocracy. He's such a meritocracy fair. If you talk about competition between Berkeley and Georgetown, but you talk about Berkeley and Georgetown, one to a remote university or school in Africa, there's no justice. As Rawls alluded to, John Rawls, justice as fairness. It's not just fair, just not to give equality to everyone. Some countries, some schools, even in Malaysia, some schools, urban schools, have the best facilities. You have to compete with some remote school in the heartland, rural heartland. There must be some form of additional assistance. You call it affirmative action, you call it additional support, but you cannot have purely meritocracy when there is no fairness. There's no justice in this regard. So I think, to my mind, we have to continue with very serious, effective program to eradicate poverty, to allow for the marginalized and the poor communities to be able to come up and compete. But there have been a lot of wastages. There's also psychological build-up there. There is the dependency syndrome. There are issues that we have to discuss, yes, but we must allow for a fair competition. We cannot speak purely of meritocracy when we do not provide basic fair opportunities for particularly the poor and the marginalized. The only difference, I repeat, is based on need. We are poor, you are poor. You can be a Malay or Chinese or Indian. You are poor, you are poor. We deal with you as the issue of poverty, not race-based. Must be need-based. But a lot of issues I think we discussed in that bell curve, which we have to take into consideration because we cannot allow for the society to be totally dependent, as you call it, is dependency syndrome that the Egyptian economist Samir Amin referred to.